What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Shonen Speakeasy. I'm your host, LQ, and no intro needed. We have taken long enough to get back here.
Yeah, sorry
First
guys.
topic: one of my favorite players from my favorite team in the NBA, because I barely have a favorite team, scored 83 points, and people are pissed. And they're pissed because it's not Kobe, and that's it. There's nothing
Yeah.
else to it. No one else outside of people that are still grieving over Kobe are bothered at all.
Well, I would say that, and then also they feel like Bam is not a player that's like worthy of having, such prestige, being in the top three scorers or at least most points scored in the game. And the fact that, because me as a gambler, I mean, obviously I ain't trying to say I gambled on him because I definitely didn't gamble on him to do something like
Right.
that. But but the fact that most times whenever I do hear people complaining about him when they are gambling on him is he can't score more than 15 points. And then all of a sudden he, scores 83, which is still crazy to say that Bam Adebayo scored 83 points in the game.
And
Um,
was triple teamed in the fourth quarter. They
yeah,
didn't want him to get it.
yeah, but and then the fact that his teammates were missing free throws on purpose so that way they can get more possessions and stuff like that. There was a lot of shameful stuff that was going on in the fourth quarter. Like
Yeah.
I would say the first 60 points or so, I would say like those are all legit. Like especially the first quarter when he went off for 30. Hey, ain't nothing you can say about that. So
Yeah.
when it comes to I guess everybody complaints or whatever is all about the fourth quarter. Like y'all was up, I think by like 20 or something like that, and the fact that he was still out there trying to milk it and get points. Trust me being a basketball player too, like if I was in that situation, I'd be like, hey coach, you better not take me. I want that thing too.
Yeah,
So
for real.
so like I'm not gonna pretend like if I was in his position, I'd be like, oh well, we're up by like 20 or whatever, so go ahead and let me sub out or whatever. If I'm at 75, 77, with like 5 minutes left in the fourth, teammates, like come here. No one else gets the ball until I pass that record. And then after that, y'all can get whatever shot y'all want. But until I
Exactly.
pass that record, no. Give me the ball. Okay.
Yeah. One
So
thing I will say for people that have been complaining, Lakers put up 31 in the fourth when they already secured the win. Kobe also shot the ball with 45 times, had 20 free throws. I
which
just
is which is less than half of what Bam. So like that right there
Yeah,
is kind of
but
crazy though.
also he's not a paint player at all. He's not having to box anybody out. He's not making the most contact shots. Yeah, she shot pretty well from the perimeter that game. I
Now
just don't
one
care.
now
I just I
of
just
course
don't.
you don't, but also one more thing about the Kobe game is also they were down double digits or whatever before he started going on a scoring tear. So they needed
Man, it
all those
wasn't even
points.
that bad.
But
It
they
was
were still
it was
they were still
50.
down though. Bam's
Yeah.
team, them niggas was never down. Them niggas was basically from the get go, like they were winning that game. Like it,
Oh
it
yeah. I
wasn't
mean
it
it's
wasn't a
easy.
question. At least Sam Mitchell was trying, to slow down Kobe. But this is Kobe we're talking about. And
Yeah.
regards that Bam passed him in most points in a game, he is nowhere near the player that Kobe is. Like let's be real,
I don't give
he's
a fuck
not.
about that.
I'm just saying.
I know it's true,
Just
but
saying.
I don't give a fuck about that. Why does
I'm
that
just saying.
matter?
Well, I mean that's one of the main things that people are arguing about is the fact that I won't call him a no name. I don't think he's a no name, but a lot of people consider him, like a good player, not a great player. So
Yeah.
therefore, since a good player was able to get 83 points, everybody's now saying, "Oh, we don't even need to take for Wilt. We know for sure he scored 100 because Bam scored 83." So now everybody's feeling more justified. Oh, we don't need the tapes no more. Well, we saw Bam score 83, so therefore, Wilt definitely scored 100.
I mean, if you saw the first of all, if you saw the difference in rules for when Wilt played, he definitely scored 100.
Not only that, but I mean, he's literally a freak of nature, man.
Yeah,
Like
and
when,
he put up like 60 in the fourth quarter.
and also go look at his stats, just like what he
Yeah,
averaged for seasons. This dude is an anomaly. Like I know everybody's touting Wimby, and he is an anomaly too.
yeah,
But look at Will stats. I don't care what era it is. You can drop him in this era in his prime. the dude was a freak of nature.
Yeah, he's gonna get buckets regardless.
So,
But yeah, man,
but but yeah, it's just funny to see all the LA fans and stuff like that, and
they're so
going
butthurt.
crazy, calling them shameful and this and that, and just anytime Kobe's any accolade that he has or whatever, like if it gets passed, they throw a temper tantrum
Exactly.
because Luka also passed Kobe for I think most triple doubles or something like that by a Laker.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that happened on the same night, Luka and Bam, they were double devastated. So,
I'm just the thing that makes it funny is like I'm not nearly that parasocial. So like, was it a rough
our
night for me?
society as a whole is though.
Yeah, that's true. Now, was it now not to say was it a rough night for me when Kobe passed? Do I remember exactly where I was
I
when
do.
Kobe
I know
passed?
I do. I was hurt.
It
I was
was
crying.
it was double bad because I was watching the Bad Boys movie and literally that scene where the helicopter crashes through the house. I got the text message like 5 minutes after that.
It's
So
creepy.
yeah,
It's
it's
creepy.
not something that I'm just like, oh, who gives a fuck is Kobe? No, I care. It's just that when it comes to records being broken, it's like all records are meant to be broken. My favorite player ever is Kareem, and his record went down to LeBron. And a lot of people bitched about LeBron taking the record down. I was excited. It actually made me more of a LeBron fan than taking anything away from him because I know that both of them had to do a lot and have a lot of longevity and took a lot of pride in their work in order to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you don't think that he's better than Kareem. Don't care if you think that still doesn't make him better than Jordan. Who gives a fuck? He owns the record and he owns it by a lot.
And still going too.
And he's still going. So it's just like, it's incredible to see how athletes have developed and how they've grown and, kind of what they're capable of. Yeah, somebody that isn't as good as Kobe broke Kobe's record. Don't give a shit. Kobe's record came down. Bam gets to go in history. And, I mean, Bam has always been a very good player. But the thing is that celebrity in general in this country is dying. A lot of it is like celebrities now aren't, they aren't grown into the industries that they were part of. Unless they're athletes, then they still kind of are.
Yeah, they're not
But
deified as they used to be. Like a lot of celebrities, whenever they start talking, especially on social media, that people
oh
are
yeah,
like, "We don't give a damn what you got to say. Like you don't understand what the common citizen is going through." Like it has done a complete 180. Like a lot of people used to celebrate a lot of these celebrities, but now we're like, "You're rich. We don't care what you got to say."
exactly. The mystique of the mystique of the celebrity is gone. Like even with like with rappers and stuff, it's like you don't. I remember being in like if you had released a diss track, one of the worst things you could do is call that nigga by their government name, and you would just be like, "Oh shit, he not dissing 50 Cent, he talking to Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of name is Curtis?" And people would laugh. And now it's just like, well, you got a Wikipedia page dedicated to you from the moment that you had more than like 5,000 listeners. Everybody knows your government. Also, you need to always be on social media promoting your music. Rather if it's old music, new music, your tour, like you have to be in everyone's face all the time. Everybody is fighting for attention. So the whole mystique of celebrity is dead. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that Bam not being a big name should be a factor. Like I know a lot of people are they're more mad about the stardom of Bam than the talent. And the reason why some of them are still mad about the talent is because oddly enough, Miami is not a big market basketball team. I mean, Miami sports in general is pretty dead. Have
Yeah,
you watched the Dolphins play in the past 5 years? But a
and New
lot of people
Orleans.
don't really have eyes on them. And Eric Spoelstra is a fantastic coach.
Yeah.
So you would think, okay, he's just utilizing what he has. Well, Bam has always been really good. It's just when Jimmy Butler was there, he is more in your face. He had more antics, and he backed it up with talent. So you didn't get to see Bam flourish. But I'm pretty sure whatever Asia gave that man last night, Jesus Christ.
Because the crazy part is, like, in the modern era, like he's known as having the most points scored in the game in NBA history, modern era. And then Aja has the most points scored in WNBA history, and that's all time.
Yeah.
So trust me, if they were ever to bring a child into the world,
they're going to.
That child, Lord have mercy. The pressure that's going to be on that child to deliver, like, man, I kind of feel bad for the child, whether it's a boy or a girl, because we already know how Michael Jordan's sons turned out, and then of course all the backlash that LeBron got for getting Bronny into the league, and yeah, it's just it's gonna be crazy.
Absolutely, but yeah, I say congratulations to him. More power to you, Bam. I hope that this helps your push for a max contract that you actually do deserve. I don't care what anyone else says.
You've also become a championship contender. Your girl got 3 chips. Just get one.
Yeah. I mean, but also this is a team where outside of maybe Duncan Robinson and Bam, like who else are you going to name that is a notable player on the Heat?
Well, you got Tyler Hero too, and then Davion Mitchell. But it's only because I know all these players.
Yeah. You got Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins. And then
I'll give you Norman Powell because people just forget
he's
there.
Khalil Ware. And then Norman Powell. Yeah.
And now when you say I want to build my team around them, how many of those names are you saying?
Yeah, not many. But I mean that's been a problem in Miami for many years. That's one of the reasons why Jimmy wanted to get out, because they wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. Yeah. Damian Lillard should have been part of Miami Heat a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't get down there because Portland owner was, basically being vindictive towards him. And now look, he's back in Portland, which is crazy. But,
yeah, it is crazy.
But I mean, LeBron's able to quote unquote forgive Dan Gilbert for all the things he said, and he went back to Cleveland and got him a championship. So anything is possible. Shout out to Kevin Garnett.
True.
But
Terry Rozier's still on that team. Who probably shouldn't be in the league at all. This is why I'm saying like he's not gonna get a ring, and it's okay, because people like Terry Rozier in the starting lineup.
Yeah, because I remember they were trying to get Ja down there, and they were also trying to get Giannis down there. So in the off season, if they could find a way to get Ja down there and Giannis while keeping Bam, they got something.
Yeah, it's insane
if they can do that. But I don't think they'll pull it off. But if they can, Miami would be fully back.
Absolutely.
That'd be their new big 3.
But that's not going to happen.
I don't think so either.
Speaking of things that's not going to happen, white rapper and athlete Max Crosby is not going to the Baltimore Ravens. It was weird. So I'll give the plain way to explain this and then try to get a backstory to it. A couple days ago, Baltimore Ravens, Las Vegas Raiders made a trade for defensive end, all-pro defensive end, Max Crosby, for 2 first-round picks, one this year, one next year. And during that trade process, a lot of other moves happened. And then it came back that the Ravens were backing out of the trade. Now, the funny thing is, if you look at the socials for both teams are like, no, you backed out the trade. But the teams decided the trade wasn't going through, and Max Crosby is still with the Raiders. Now, there's 2 ways to look at this. One, the thing that is true, Max Crosby failed his physical. That is a fact. Now, here goes the conspiracies of each side of why this happened. Conspiracy in favor of looking down on the Ravens. The Ravens saw how many players they were losing in the offseason, realized that they were going to have a lot less cap, then looked at Max Crosby and was like, is he really worth all of this? Found out that Hendrickson was going to be a free agent in full and that the Bengals weren't really going to do anything. They said, wow, never mind. Fuck that. We'll keep the draft picks. And then declined, and stepped away from the trade and went ahead and went for, was it Tyler Hendrickson? Tyler Taylor? Trey. Damn, my bad. I just kept throwing out white names. Anyway. Oops. And on the other side, where if you are wanting to pin this on the Raiders did disclose the surgery, but surgeries and recovering from surgery does not mean that you would fail a physical. So I want to make that abundantly clear for everyone. You can have surgery and still pass a physical.
Yeah,
But
look at
anyway,
Anthony Davis. The fact that Mavs was able to trade him, he's clearly
mm-hmm.
hurt. You know he ain't gonna pass the physical, but he's still there.
Yep. So that doesn't have to be the blocker. But let's say this thing happened. That after the recovery, they lied about the actual track and progress that Max Crosby was making. They put together a trade and accepted it. In the middle of accepting it, knowing that the trade was not going to go through, they signed as many players as they could with the cap space that they believed that they had. And they did it because they realized even if the trade doesn't go through, we not only have Max Crosby back, our all-pro defensive end, but we already signed all of the people in free agency that we really wanted, which means that it would be on the NFL and basically the accountants to figure it out. But those deals are already signed in, so they're not all going back to free agency. I don't know which one is true. I think it's a little bit of both. I think both kind of traded in bad faith. I think the Ravens didn't mind backing out if they could get Trey Hendrickson. I think the Raiders didn't mind keeping Max Crosby if they could finesse someone into giving them the space in order to sign the free agents that they wanted to. Owners suck. Coaches manipulate, and players just play. So I will say shame on both sides, but also my joke about getting my prediction the day before about Trey Hendrickson going to the Ravens was excellent. And my reasoning for saying that the Max Crosby trade didn't work, also double funny because I had one that was a joke and the real reason. I predicted both things. Predicted that the physical would be an issue. Second thing, predict Trey Hendrickson would go to the Ravens. And the funniest thing is I said, look, either one or two things happened. He failed his physical or he walked in the facility and he called Lamar a nigga. Like, there's only two things. What up, my nigga? And Lamar was just like, mm-mm.
You're him first playing out.
Exactly. But yeah, the only people that win in this entire situation is the Giants because the Giants just scooped up just about everybody they possibly could. I will say there's probably going to be an investigation launched into this, and somebody's going to lose a compensatory pick probably.
I can see that.
I could see it, but I also could see it not happening because, everybody kind of got what they wanted out of the deal afterwards.
And then also technically the new league year didn't start until I think 30 minutes ago. So what they will say is technically all these trades and stuff like that were just verbal agreements. They wasn't set in stone. So therefore, until the new league year started, all the stuff, all the news that we've heard and stuff like that couldn't be official. It was basically legal tampering. That's what they call it.
Yep. So yeah, that resolves it for anybody that likes both teams, hates one team. Just calm yourself. It's really not that big of a deal. In other news that we also have is, let's see. We didn't do the review yet, but we are going to do a review of the Fall Off Steel. It did seem to perform fairly well on billboards, which honestly, that pivots into something else I want to talk about. A big beef that I have with Billboard at this point and Luminate. I don't know if you saw the news about La Russell's album.
I don't think so.
Okay, so this is actually pretty interesting, and this lets you know that the industry will always be the industry. La Russell had sold 30,000 copies of his album. And that means he was supposed to be on, through SoundScan and Billboard, he would have been a top 5 rap album for that week. Luminate, aka the partner of Billboard, called him and said, yeah, none of that shit counts. And La Russell was like, le fuck? What do you mean it doesn't count? So the reason why they're saying that it doesn't count is because of the amount of transparency in his sales metrics and his ways to going about generating those sales. How did he generate those sales, you ask? Did he bundle it with clothes? Did he put vinyls with t-shirts? Did he sign new baby shoes with LPs? Nope. It's because he did pop-up shows, live streamed his album sales, and also did free performances. Saying that his the way that he promoted it incentivized purchases through like through other means,
which is
which is
ironic
weird because
because what the Travis Scott didn't he have all those different ways to get the album or whatever on his website, like all these different
hmm
purchases and stuff, and they counted
but
all of those.
but let's be real here. These are also transactions where people are buying physical copies along with some digital sales mixed in too.
Hmm.
But let's be real. The reason why these don't count is because the industry didn't have a hand in his success.
Yeah, they hate
Uh,
that.
he's not on a big label. He is an independent artist. His pop up shows, even if they were free shows and they were seen as incentivizing, there's nothing against that. There's people that do plenty of pop ups where they pop up and sell merch. This phone needs to stop beeping. There's also other things like like you said with Travis Scott, the bundles. If an album sale comes with a ticket to a show, if it goes with merch, there's many different ways that various artists have manipulated these numbers in order to show up in the top five, number one. Even if you look back to Magna Carta Holy Grail, what was it, that Sprint Mobile partnership?
Oh yeah, yeah, they gave
Yeah,
out like a
that
million copies or something like that.
yeah, they Sprint bought the first million
Yeah,
copies. Let's and all matter of fact, now that they don't exist anymore, it just makes it seem like a worse.
it's like that's all we have for our budget, guys, for 10 years.
Like they bought a million Jay Z albums and it just no, it was 444. My bad. It's
Okay,
444. It was not Magna Carta Holy Grail.
is that when Title was coming out?
Yes,
Because I
that is
remember getting
exactly
like
what it was.
I remember getting like a 6 month trial for free for Title.
Exactly.
Yeah, off
So
of yeah one of those.
I'm trying to remember the other deal. I think so. I think the other deal was there was another deal that was like that with Samsung.
I thought it was Magna
Yeah,
Carta.
Samsung bought Magna Carta Holy Grail in 2013. They bought the million copies for them. So that's what I always think about because I'm just like, why did Magna Carta Holy Grail go platinum? Everybody that listened to it was like, production's pretty lit, album's not good. Uh, Before 44, it felt even weirder because it's actually like a banger. It's
It
actually like a
is.
really good ass
It
album. It's
is.
one of his best works. But yeah, so seeing that existed and that's also a real way that the RIA counted that as an album that went platinum, it just is very weird that a smaller artist like La Russell is actually going to miss out on the accomplishment and accolades that he deserves. He won't miss out on the money, of course, because he sold them. It happened. But to get the recognition that he deserves and seeing that Billboard is a big place for a lot of casual listeners to even discover new artists or even have curiosity. And also that helps push towards making sure that when you submit your album for the Grammys, it kind of helps give some validity to to your submission. So unless he plays the corporate back game, unfortunately, La Russell is not going to get the credit he deserves. But as La Russell has campaigned over the past couple months, I will say definitely a very talented man. His hot take on Lil Wayne was actually not that hot of a take. People bitched about that so much. But yeah, I feel for him because this is very unfortunate for somebody that works so hard. So shout out La Russell.
It's crazy. I didn't know that. And it's very unfortunate because I mean, throughout the years, the way that music has, you know, when it comes to charting and stuff like that, like there's just been so many different um, changes made, some positive, some negative, and here we go with one of the negatives. The fact that you basically got denied being in the top five rap albums for a whole week, that is a big accomplishment, especially
Yeah,
given in this society where everybody just wants to stream everything. But when it comes to buying physical copies, like that's that's a lost art. Cause I used to get excited all the time when I would go to like Best Buy or Target or something like that. You know, before all this crap. Uh, and the fact that I used to buy like so many albums all at once, and I got a box full of albums right now still. And the fact that it's gonna feel like a relic, that hurts me, man.
yeah, it's crazy how this industry has moved and changed, and I don't even know if it's for the better at this point. I mean, I know it's not for the better. It's definitely for the worse. The only thing that makes it good on our side is that the accessibility of music is much higher.
That's true.
Much, much, much higher. It's crazy how easy it is to get access to artists that may be small or big, and like how easy it is to, I would say, how easy it is to now be in the music industry. Like, I can technically say I'm in the music industry because I distribute my own music, I do my own mixing and stuff like that, and I promote it. And there's some promotion that is backed financially by myself. So it's like, I can say I'm in the music industry, but I also have absolutely no desire to go on tour or become a platinum selling artist.
Take it. Don't limit yourself.
I won't limit. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to limit myself because I actually like what I do for my career. I don't want to make music for a career. I rather do this. This is the thing that I rather do. But you. I will say I won't eliminate the possibility just because, possibilities should be endless. And that's pretty cool with me.
Yep. I mean, that's what America's supposed to be about. The American dream, be whatever you want to be. But, we don't know about that these days.
Nah, hell no. We sure don't know. It's a hot ass mess out here.
It's a disaster, man. It really is.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, the prices of everything is going up. Yay! And the reason why is because the U.S. and Israel doesn't like Iran. Not saying that you should, but I am saying that a lot of that stuff is none of our goddamn business. So, with that said, about the attacks on Iran, it messes up a lot of the oil reserves. It also could cause other economies across the world to collapse if their reserves run out. For instance, China. So now there are multiple countries getting involved. I believe there's up to, God damn, my juice is gone. But there's up to 20 countries involved. Is this World War III? Nah. Is it pretty close? Kinda. The decisions made across the board in the U.S. have been very inconsistent. It seems like a lot of things are done on the fly. I was going to have some audio clip to play for y'all, but let's be real. We kind of scheduled this podcast like 5 minutes before it happened. But one of the things that is very weird is that Pete Hegseth and Trump are not on the same page about the timeline for this war whatsoever. Trump said we could declare this as a win already because they don't have any naval. They are running out of resources. Their ammo reserves are low. And Pete Hegseth was like, this is the start to a long fight. And it's like, oh, great. You guys don't know what the fuck y'all are trying to do here. And with that said, Trump was like, well, we can already declare it a win, but we need to continue winning. And it's like, so what the fuck does that mean? And honestly, it means they don't know what they're doing. And they don't know why they're doing it anymore. Unless it's to appease the others that are involved. And I am not one of the people. To
appease Israel. That's all it is. That's what it's always been about. The fact that it seems like whatever Israel says do, they just bend over and just do it.
Yeah.
And it's very unfortunate that American citizens are going to have to, unfortunately, pay for this, because me even just driving by like a gas station and seeing what the price is right now is insane. Like,
it is crazy.
$3.46. But you're supposed to be lowering prices on gas, lowering prices on groceries and stuff like that, and yet they're skyrocketing. Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget about our electric bills being up almost 20%.
Man.
And it's us paying for data centers that the government and also, the local government is not taxing these AI companies for. And those resources of using more RAM makes it harder for anyone that's in any space. Me as a gamer, I'm glad that I bought my RAM early.
Same, because I bought a 2 terabyte RAM from my PS5.
Damn.
And looking back on it right now, I got it for like 200 something. Now it's like close to 400. So yeah, I do agree with you. I'm glad I bought it when I did, and the fact that they expect us to still pay taxes when all this money is being shelled out left and right is a travesty.
It's disrespectful, is what it is. That's like the best way that I can describe it at this point. It's like it's just disrespectful. Even I'm thinking about the RAM that I bought. Let me see if I can search it real quick. Oh yeah, the fact that you can't even it's not even on Amazon anymore.
Yeah, I believe it. It's hard, man. It's hard finding some RAM, especially something that's new still. Like you might be able to find some used cards or something like that, but
no, for real. Wait, hold on.
Some new.
What fucking rain? It's rain. Shit. Well, actually, it looked up the wrong thing. It looked up a laptop. I don't know why it looked up a laptop. Let's see if I can find it now. I really want to find the price of this RAM because it was so interesting once I realized how much I had pretty much saved myself. Damn, it's when you have a kid, there's so many things you get on Amazon. It's like I almost want to be embarrassed that I made this many purchases because I don't really care for Amazon that much. But the first few months when you don't leave the house at all, that blew that mug up. Like there so many purchases. Anyway, I know for sure that when I bought the RAM, the 32 gigabytes of RAM for my PC to upgrade it, especially because now I'm doing that whole editing and streaming thing, I remember it being $129. Now I'm trying to see if they show me the goddamn transaction. That way I can show you how much it is now. Because what the laptop that they had on here is now, just because the RAM that was in it, it was for my mom. That laptop is now $110 more expensive, which is on the light side. Because that computer, I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. But just looking at the RAM, which I don't know why this shit isn't just under. When you look for RAM, it doesn't show it, which I don't get that. Like it just won't show that it's
which is
RAM.
not a good sign because they're probably trying to, go behind on the, whatever code they got and stuff, and be like, oh no, he actually paid this amount. No, I paid this amount.
Right, which is fine. Like manipulate that part however you want, because I'm not gonna be able to buy it again because it's not available. But the last time I looked at it, I was trying to do an update because the last time I looked at it, I said I bought it for $129. It was $252 when I went to go look for it again. But now that it won't let me search it, I don't know what the current pricing is.
You have no proof.
I mean, hell, they wouldn't get any proof anyway. I'm not sharing the screen this time around for the stream. But I'm trying to see. You know what? If we come up and find it, I'll bring it up. If not, it's cool. It was $252 when I checked for it like 3 or 4 months ago, and now it's probably some ridiculous number. There is though the one of the SSDs that I bought, just the enclosure itself. When I bought it, it was $14. Just the enclosure for my SSD now is $25. So even the accessories around it are getting more expensive. The 1 terabyte. Let's see the internal, the solid state drive. When I got it, it was $140. Let's see what it is now. It's probably some ridiculous price. First of all, not even available. God damn, $329. Whoo, that's way more than I thought. And that's not even. Once again, this isn't RAM. These are SSDs. So that's for people that don't know, that's the actual thing that holds all the memory for you. Got it. Found it. Don't know why. This is crazy. I'm going to have to share this with you because it still don't say that it's an SSD, which is ridiculous. I mean, it still don't say that it's RAM on the product itself.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that price.
It's a damn shame,
$300.
That is a damn shame.
I bought it for $129, if not a little bit cheaper. That $112, even worse. It was $104 when I first got it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is. I can't even say price gouging. That's beyond price gouging.
Yeah, that's assault with a deadly price. And there's only one left in stock.
And If somebody's desperate enough, they'll
Desktop
pay
computer
it.
memory. That's why I got to type in next time computer memory. That's fucking ridiculous. I don't even know why you got to type all that shit in. It's just fucking RAM, bro. See, look, and it had RAM in the name. That pisses me off even more. So stupid. But yeah.
It's Area 51 classified. You got to type in specific stuff.
And that's crazy. It was even cheaper than what I said it was before. It was only $112. The subtotal, though, like this is the thing. The subtotal. So before tax, it was $104.99. The tax on it was $7.09. That is $299 before tax, and before shipping and handling.
So roughly about $325 if you got free shipping. God dang.
Oh no, this is crazy. So I just got a text from Dalen that they found this girl that was in the Amber Alert and in a pond by Kenzo's school.
Oh,
That's not terrifying at all.
That's very terrifying.
But yeah, I don't feel like covering that. That makes my nerves bad. Speaking of which, I need to get Kenzo another pair of shoes. I'll probably do that for his birthday. I can't believe that SSD that's in my computer is now worth $380. That's fucking wild. Please tell me that was the wrong one. That's got to be the wrong one.
No, I believe it's the right one. Because like we were saying earlier, I think it was a few months ago when we started getting this RAM shortage. It don't matter how little or how much it is, they're going to charge whatever they feel like. So if you want 50 gigs, if you want, a couple gigs, like it does not matter. They're gonna run them pockets.
Do you want to know how much I paid for the one that's in my computer right now? $80.
So you're telling me $219 added?
Like, there's no. I still am sitting here like, nah, that's not right. Some of me is just like, nah, that's not right. I see one on eBay for $189. Okay, that looks a little bit more like it. $570. That $239. Okay, that one is $646, but that's a different model. So we're just gonna go ahead and completely ignore that one. Yo, that's ridiculous. Mine was $80 damn.
Yeah, you gotta steal.
They stealing. I got what it was worth.
That's true.
All it is just memory, man. That's crazy. Did I use a gift card or something? Nope. I even I was like, wait, maybe I'm tripping.
I said, don't build them fools out.
So the model that came out after that is $200, which is still crazy. The 990 Pro is $200. So it's still, even if you get the one that it's supposed to be, it's still completely overpriced.
Should be ashamed of themselves, man.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Nah, hell no. Hell no. But anyway, that's enough of that. We already know prices suck. We know people suck. What else we got here that sucks? Well, I really wish sports gambling got in more trouble, but it's not. Did you see that Kalshi had people gambling on people's death?
Yeah, see, and that's the issue that I have. Like, obviously I enjoy gambling and stuff like that, but that type of stuff really makes me mad. Like, that's why I wish that it didn't become as mainstream as it has become. Like, Prize Picks, Kalshi, DraftKings, FanDuel, all these different apps out there. Not only is it toxic for people when it comes to potentially getting into financial debt, but the fact that you're able to gamble on people dying, what the hell are we doing? Like, yeah,
that's.
I just want to keep it strictly, sports. I usually only bet on the 4 major sports. Sometimes I'll dabble in tennis or something like that. But when it comes to betting on, will this person survive the night, and that right there is way, way too far. And there's some regulations that need to happen in gambling. It's gotten out of control.
Yeah. The things that need regulation aren't getting it. AI, gambling, you know, pedos.
Yeah.
But the things that definitely don't need it at all, you know, get it having to was it now they're making it to where Windows is gonna start like doing age verification in
And don't,
California.
I
So
say, and also
basically it
don't forget
made
all the voting changes too.
yeah, oh god. But yeah, it's pretty much illegal. Linux can't exist in California right now. Because of the way that it has regulation set up. Since it's open source, for people that don't know what open source is, it's like here's all the code. You can use that code however you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Closed source, absolutely the opposite. Kind of like Windows. Like you can customize things in Windows, but you can't make your own version of Windows. So with Windows and this half-baked dumbass law, basically you have to sign in not only with your email because you know you already have your email, but it takes personal information to verify your age and make sure the only things that are available to you in like app stores are age appropriate, which is crazy because you putting more information online on the internet is fucking unsafe. It backfires all the time. I
Mm-hmm.
have the Surfshark VPN, and every time I go to a website, this website had a data leak less than a year ago. Are you sure you want to be on this website? I'm like, no, I don't want to be on this website at all. It just had a data leak less than a year ago. But even Gavin Newsom himself said that it was kind of underbaked, and it's like, but you approved it, genius. So, in other words, things are getting worse. You're getting to own less things and be happy with it. Um, Everybody will know pretty much your every move. So I feel bad for the gooners out there, unless you get a VPN. Seriously, get a VPN for just about anything and everything. Because I would say in about 8 to 10 years' time, they're either going to consolidate VPNs down to just being, you know, a handful of companies, which will be more than willing to share your personal information, or VPNs will be blocked in the US almost altogether. So, buy physical media, download your content. Honestly, if you need to get like a little flash drive with your Guna content, hey man, just make sure it's all consensual and they're all above 18 and go for it.
Please,
I have
please.
I have nothing against you consuming the things that you want to consume as long as it doesn't harm others. It is done with consent, and there is
Age
no
appropriate.
yeah. I mean, to me, that equals consent anyway.
I got you.
Minors can't consent, so it's like if it's obtained in a what am I trying to say? If it's obtained in a humanistic way, that's the best way I can describe right now. If it's obtained in a humanistic way, it doesn't break any laws. Of course, there's consent involved. Then go for it. I know y'all are into some weird stuff out there. I'm basic. What I consume, I'm
Yeah,
fairly basic.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I don't need all that extra stuff, man. I
yeah,
don't.
don't need all that stuff. Honestly, I'm happily married. I don't need any of the stuff. But you know, for those that do consume, do it with at least a sense of caution and you know with some manners. Don't be going over here disrespecting women on the internet because ain't the only coochie you've ever touched is the one you came out of.
Mm.
Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
And vice
You're the
versa,
problem.
man. Like I don't understand why we always have these men bad, women bad arguments. We both need each other, man. At the end of the day, obviously there's gonna be bad apples on both fronts, but um, if that's the only thing that you base your mindset about, like that's what the true issue is. And a lot of things are said on social media, and a lot of people agree with certain things, and I'm just like, see, this is one of the reasons I don't like social media because of that type of stuff.
You're
Um,
right.
as toxic as gambling can be too, social media the same way, and there's just so many different things out there that can basically fuck you up, and sometimes subconsciously, most of the time consciously. So that's why it's just very important these days to make sure that you're on the up and up. And if y'all need therapy out there, go get it, man or woman. Go out there and get some therapy if you need it, and you know that you need it. A lot of people be in
Mm-hmm.
denial about it, but honestly, if you have an honest conversation with yourself, which more people should talk to themselves and be like, look, I'm a fucked up ass nigga. I need help.
Right. Also, fellas, let's try to get more male therapists when you go seek therapy because women have a lot. They bear the cross for us on a lot of things. Please go find a male therapist that understands how you feel, or even can just relate to who you are as a person. Let's not put the burden on women, on black women anymore. Also, don't go telling all white people your business. Just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if you
yeah.
black, don't go telling white people all your business. That goes for social media. That goes for anything, even at work. There are perceptions that are built on black people that are based off of interactions with you. If you don't want people to carry on a negative stereotype or get way too comfortable, either one, they can see way too much good and get really comfortable with being disrespectful or not being thoughtful and mindful of you, or they can just be completely afraid of you all the time. Like, just be mindful of the information you share, the relationships you build, and yeah, definitely get some therapy.
Absolutely. Come on, people. Be better. Do better.
And don't encourage Max Crosby to rap ever again.
Oh yeah,
Ever.
yeah. That was
I don't want to hear it.
fucking awful. Like, yeah, there's a reason why you're an athlete. Be an athlete, man. Like,
Yeah,
everybody can't be Damian Lillard and be, a pretty decent rapper. Like, it don't always work out that way.
Granted, Damian Lillard's not going to be like top 20 all time, but he's damn good.
Yeah,
He's an anomaly.
yeah. That goes for you too, LiAngelo.
Oh yeah. I mean, that one song is kind of an anomaly on its own.
Yeah, because if you listen to like all his other songs, they sound the exact same.
Yeah.
Like, you're a one-trick pony. Get back in the G League, see if you can make a career out of it, and get to the next level like your brothers.
Or honestly, just go to a writer's camp, man. I actually think him being in music isn't a bad thing. It's
true.
hard to write a hit. It's very, very, like, I don't want to undermine that, even though we're definitely going to make fun of him even more. It is very hard to write a hit. And when you do, I mean, like, just like we said, Damian Lillard is a very good rapper. Damian Lillard does not have a hit.
That's true.
It's cool. Like, it's very hard to write a hit. So if he wants to go in that route, dedicate yourself to it. And everybody in the Ball family needs to have their car keys taken away from them because none of them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dangerous people behind the wheel.
You know what's crazy? I just thought about randomly. LeVar Ball really only got one leg now.
Yeah, I literally just thought about that too. I was like,
I was just like, God damn, that was real.
Yeah, it was, man.
Holy
it's
shit.
very unfortunate. Like, whenever
he was an athlete his whole life. Make sure to take care of yourselves, people.
Because according to him, he could have beat Michael Jordan in his prime. So
he definitely could have shit talked him into oblivion.
Yeah.
Jordan could have been like, "Please shut the fuck up."
Like, okay, you win, man. You can say
got it.
You can tell everybody that you beat me, man. Just shut the hell up.
How did he lose his leg? Let me be nosy. Oh, diabetes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I actually thought he got in an accident.
Yeah.
I know some. Now, he's been joking about it for a while, but the thing that I would love to joke about is that he lost it from wearing them big baller brand shoes. But but I actually really like this guy. So it's
those things, man. You're talking about that's like LaMelo and Lonzo kept getting hurt, and I was just like, man, it has to be them damn shoes. But now since they're not wearing it anymore, like LaMelo and his team, the Hornets are looking a whole lot better. Lonzo, I think, got traded. He was with Cleveland, but I think got traded to Utah. I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah,
or not. But
I'm almost certain this will happen.
But yeah, I mean, overall, you can say that they've had quote unquote successful careers. The fact that they've made it more than 5 years, both. So I would say, hey, you've done way more than most NBA players. They only get like maybe a couple of years, and if that.
Right.
see how many busts have been number one. Because look at the number one draft pick from that Atlanta got. No one knows what he does. Do you even know his name? Exactly. That's my point. That's my point.
I genuinely don't even know who you're talking about.
His name is Zachary Richache or something like that. He's French. And
oh yeah, whenever they draft somebody from a foreign country, if they didn't have the Wemby hype,
Yeah, unless you're
almost
Wemby
nobody knows who they are.
or Alex Sarr, because Alex Sarr, he's also doing pretty well now too, and he was like a top 3 pick, I think, last year, I believe. So Wemby and him, and then of course Tony Parker, back in the day. If you ain't one of them, good luck.
My goodness. Yeah, I'm looking up there. I'm like, who in the world is this dude for the Bulls? Noah Essegun?
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. And then there's another. Oh, it's Anthony Bennett too. That's another number 1 bust. Lord have mercy. So, and what's the other? Hasheem Thabeet. I thought he was gonna be decent. That boy was hot garbage.
Horrible. I kind of wonder what made his game not translate.
I don't understand it either because he was getting bullied by DeJuan Blair, which is a underrated player. I used to love the way he played or whatever, and I think he was like 6'6" or something like that, 6'8" maybe.
Yeah,
and
he was like 6'8".
Yeah, like Thabeet is like 7'2" or something like that, and you a top 3 draft pick, and you go out there and you play like shit. Nah.
My favorite thing about DeJuan Blair was he was a great trade asset in NBA Live
many times.
Remember, folks, don't let video games determine how you view real life players. He actually was pretty solid, but he was a great trade asset every time because he couldn't shoot. It was defenders. I don't need defenders. I just need them to stand in front of somebody and I'll steal the ball. Trade DeJuan Blair.
I definitely remember all the trades you used to do when we was living together and forcing all those teams to, take your trade, be horrible trades, and be like, "Oh, you're gonna take it.
You're gonna give me Chris Paul, goddammit. Chris Paul's gonna play for the Knicks with Carmelo Anthony." Actually, one of my favorite moments in the game.
Yeah, man, that was greatness. And I used to just anytime I would play NBA 2K or live, give me Melo's team. I don't care who it is. Melo. Give me Melo.
If he wasn't already there, or if he wasn't there from fantasy draft, was not picking him. Why? Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
I would force Jamal Crawford to be a starter.
Because even when I started playing fantasy basketball, literally my team name was Melo's Last Stand. So
that's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, we know that stand was on offense and not defense.
Yeah, I know. He wasn't perfect. I know. But offensively, he was amazing to watch, man.
He really was. It was jab steps crazy.
Yeah. Cause I do it a lot. I know. I think last time I played, I was doing that, watching his tape and many other tape. Cause I'm like, even as older as we get, I'm still like, dang, I still want to play basketball. And hearing my dad talk about how he would have played a lot longer if he didn't tear his Achilles, I'm like, well, that's why I'm doing everything in my power right now to stay in decent shape so I can keep playing basketball. Because I want to keep playing until hopefully 50s, 60s, or whatever.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, because I truly do love basketball. That was first love growing up. I can't even say before women because I started liking women when I was in kindergarten. So, but who knows? I don't know exactly which came first, with my love of women or basketball. I'm pretty sure they were around the same time. I don't know.
Please don't tell me that's a love and basketball reference.
It wasn't supposed to be, but I mean, it fits the description. Shout out to Sanaa Lathan, because if you ever gave me a chance, I'm taking that down.
Oh, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Joy Taylor too.
I don't think there's any person, man, woman, non-binary. I don't think many people are turning down Taylor Rooks, number one. And then for people that background aside, Joy Taylor. Just saying.
Yeah, I didn't say I have to wife her, but we can enjoy each other's company.
Oh yeah, I forgot Tina Ball was hella white. Sorry. They still had to think up about him losing his leg, so I was all confused. But anyway, this is getting close to an hour, and we skipped like 3 topics that I wanted to talk about. Not for this time, but just in general. So, until next time, Shonen Speakeasy, we out.